Hey, good morning. I'm Joe Marchese with Marchese Construction, and I'm here at WSAV on Victory Drive in Savannah. I'd like to take you on a quick tour of the renovation designed by Felder & Associates right down the street. It's been a transformative experience taking a 1958 block building and turning it into a 2000s open plan office space. Come on in. Welcome to Phase 1 at WSAV. If you remember before, the ceiling was a little bit lower. It was definitely not quite as white and shiny, and none of this beautiful tile was here. So during Phase 1, we were able to put this wonderful tile on the floor, create these 3 recesses for televisions, put the WSAV signature blue in there, and just really recreate this space. Some of the things that we did was we were able to turn this glass wall into a full wall, and we were able to move these doors back to give a little bit more room for the televisions. So all in all, just a transformative process. We unified all the lighting. All the lighting is 5,000 Kelvin, which gives us a great white balance. And this is the finished product. So come on in and take a look. Hey, welcome. I don't know if you remember this area, but this was completely destroyed. This was the men's room on this side, the ladies' room on the other side, and actually underneath here we found some broken pipes that had plagued the station for about the last 10 years. We're able to dig down to the sanitary main, replace all these pipes, actually going out the front of the building, which is behind me to the right, and just make this all brand new. 3 water closets, 1 handicapped, and 2 urinals, 1 handicapped also. So just a pretty significant change. Beautiful tile on the floor, tile wainscoted, really low maintenance. Hey, good morning. One of the other things that we were able to do during this renovation was to create some makeup rooms, which, you know, smaller rooms with very utilitarian. There's running water and a sink, giant mirror, 5,000 K lighting. Just a great addition. There's one here, and then there's a twin to it on the other side of the wall. This area was the old lifestyle studio. Actually took some of the closet space behind the sports desk and made it all work, but did run, you know, able to cut the concrete and do some significant changes that hadn't been able to do in the past. Hey, come on into the sports room. If you remember in the past, this room was actually half the square footage. The walls came through about here and here. Was just a very small space, able to bump this out, take away some of the storage closet that was behind it, and still create another makeup room on the other sides here. Once again, 5,000 Kelvin lighting, mirrors the lighting in the newsroom so that they can shoot some remotes in here. And this is the sports room. They're recovering from the hurricane, so there's a little bit of equipment that's drying out in here. Hey, we're here in the hallway between the original building and the annex where the newsroom is housed. And the newsroom has been completely remodeled. We'd love to stop and show you the time lapse of the demolition and the rebuilding of the newsroom. So this is the finished product in the newsroom. As you can see, the triangle truss is hanging from the ceiling. We're able to raise the ceiling. We eliminated the men's and ladies' rooms that were over here on the right, eliminated all the editing booths that blocked the natural light, eliminated the mechanical room, actually turned it into a closet, and we're just able to open this up and make it really great space. So we did take away the editing bays that were over there blocking the exterior wall and put 2 editing bays in here in the corner, able to utilize the space without being as intrusive as the original bays. Some sound panels on the wall and just a little bit of countertop makes it very functional space. A lot of the work now is done right at the desktops. Hey, some of the things that you don't think about are just how do you get in and out of the building. So this handicap ramp is brand new. We had to change the swing of the door so the door would open out to the right. That's now a right-hand outswing. Then we're able to make this handicap ramp come down here and wrap around. The ramp meets handicap codes, and then at the end you have these great little returns so that there's plenty of room for people to grab on to get themselves in and out. Hey, as we come in through these double doors, these are brand new doors, we enter into the back into the sales area. Over on my left is the GM's office. The general manager is hard at work in his office. He did get a new mini split air conditioning system to control the heat gain from those windows. The other great thing that all of these glass doors, none of these doors were glass originally. This lets the light from those clear story windows just flood into the space. So every one of these offices has windows up high, glass on the side, allows the natural light to permeate into the space, which really makes it a whole lot more efficient. As we head on down, we'll come up to the next conference room. The conference room is large enough to handle the staff for their weekly meetings. So as you come in here, we're able to add floor boxes under the floor, go back up to the big screen, great conference room table, bunch of chairs, just a very good space. Once again, the natural light from the clear story windows comes through, and the storefront glass on the inside of the conference room wall allows that to come out into the bullpen of the sales area. So as we head back out, when we go down the hall, the LVT flooring, the luxury vinyl tile, delineates the walk space. Above that is actually all the mechanical systems, and the mechanical systems were not replaced, they were just supplemented, and then the air blows out the side, so we were able to raise the ceiling height over the other areas while maintaining the original mechanicals. As you head straight down, there's a giant glass window, and once again, just a transformative space. What was a really long, narrow hallway with a bunch of doors is now wide open, welcoming, and inviting. So originally, the main HVAC return ran right through this area, through Joseph's office. This is actually an 8-inch block wall. One of the challenges is that every wall inside this building was blocked. This is the only supporting wall. So this 8-inch block wall actually catches the bar joist up above. So this was a little bit of a challenge to get this door in. Then as we come down the hall, we recreated the same motif. Felder & Associates did a phenomenal job in just getting all of the glass, the light coming through the glass. So windows on the outside, doors with side lights, just allowing the natural light to permeate through the space. So really, really a great functional addition to the space. As we come around to the break room, this is one of the areas that really did a great job. We were able to use one of the doors. Since that 8-inch block wall was there, we were not able to make the engineering office a bigger door. So we put a new door on it, but left it the same size. We actually took the engineering office door and put it here in the outside. So this door goes out to a little step out to the outside area where there's a grill and some other things that the people can utilize. So it just allows the break room just to be a lot more user-friendly. When we started this process, the wall of vending and the 2 coolers actually obscured both windows. There was only 12 inches of one window showing. By rotating all that around, we were able to bring all that natural light back in and actually make this space much more conducive. With cabinets on one side and the vending machine on the other, with a table in the center, you couldn't sit at the table and walk around the room. So this, just in terms of circulating space, has just been remarkable. AJ Crow, the superintendent, handmade this out of some old hard oak, some hard pine rather, not oak. And then it was stained red to match the stools and give it a little pop of color. So one of the areas that you really don't see a lot is the engineering space. All of this space was housed in the back of the studio, which was really using studio space in not the highest and best possible use. So we were able to create a small office for the chief engineer over here, and then provide 3 engineering workstations in here. This space was basically a janitor's closet and a few other things, so just a good reallocation of space. As you come through here, this is a transitional space. There were overhead doors on both sides, and now we were able to put in double doors, which are just a whole lot easier to get in and out. So instead of having to open up a garage door to go in and out, we're able to go in and out this door. Created some new closets for secure storage space, and then we go right through here into the studio. So you know, the heart of the entire complex is the studio, and the studio is phenomenal. Really minor mechanical changes, but what is going to be a great addition is Studio B. This was the engineering office, and no one really understood how much space was consumed by that. But now that it's been entirely demolished, flattened out, new epoxy paint on the floor, new paint on the walls, as soon as the set is dressed, this is going to become excellent space. So as we come back into the studio, this area was just jealously guarded for dust protection, and we did work 360 degrees around it. One of the major things that we had to do in this space was to reconfigure the return air for the HVAC system. So if you look over here, this is brand new. This is that HVAC system that used to run through Joseph's, the sales manager's office. We were able to turn it and make it work and still control the temperature here in the studio. So the upstairs got a new coat of paint, some new flooring, which was a challenge leaving all the furniture in place and the people. But we just picked the people up, slid the flooring under it, it worked out great. But one of the things we did do was some of the lights that were up above the engineering space, we were able to repurpose them. They put all new mechanicals inside these lights, and we're able to use these lights to pay homage to the studio. So there's 5 lights here in the foyer, and they change colors using an iPhone as a controller, and I guess that the chief engineer, Jim Ellett, gets to pick the mood for the day. Hey, thanks for coming. It's been a pleasure to have you along as we transform this 1958 block building into a 2019 open plan office.